I just read this book and let me tell you, it has me rethinking my entire love life. What does true love mean? This book had me rethinking everything because this book gives the tools, the story, and the drama. This right here is how you find love in 1 year or less. It is so good. And today we are going to be breaking down This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. But we're gonna do it a little different. We're gonna be doing it practically. Like, how do we apply this book into our lives to find true love in less than a year? The same way the main female character did it. I'm not gonna give spoilers at all, I promise. I'm gonna try my best, no spoilers. Little background, the second chance romance of this woman, her name is Soledad. Her husband is Basura, and she is essentially finding herself and also finding love again. She's finding herself in the post-apocalyptic era of her marriage. Before you date, this should be a required reading. Before you get married, this should be a required reading. Before you even slide into anybody's DMs, before you even approach anybody, required reading. So her tip number one for us is we have to ask ourselves some questions when we're in a relationship, just to know if this is going to lead to true love. Do they ever make you question yourself or your thoughts or your intuition? Do they ever make you feel like you need to be dependent on them, like you need to need them in order to be yourself? Do they ever make you feel like you can't do anything by yourself? Do they say it? Some people even say it. They'll be like, what are you gonna do without me? Do they redirect when you ask them questions? Do they ever say things to make you feel insecure or make you feel less than? Are they interested in your life? Do they ever ask you to be less than yourself in order to fit into their worlds? Like, you know, oh, don't say that. Oh, don't talk like that. Oh, don't wear that outfit, even though you were already wearing that outfit before you met them. Does this feel like a transaction, you know, where they do something and they say, oh, I did this for you, so you have to do this for me? If that's the case, it's trash day. Leave the trash outside. The way our sis Soledad gathered this man. This is the character. This is Miss Soledad taking the trash outside. Now I just want him out of my life, which leaves a void I probably shouldn't fill with another guy right away. Throw the trash outside, but not just throwing them outside physically, like not just breaking up with them. Us as well. Our trash, we need to take it outside. Because if we are in a relationship that is trash, we are seeing all the red flags, but we are deciding and choosing to ignore the red flags and saying, oh, it's gonna get better. The trash is us actually thinking this is going to get better. So we need to take that trash mentality and put it outside. It's trash day, baby. Which would sound something like this. There's a finality to it. Creating that empty space across the table from me. That empty space is a declaration that no one is in the way. No one is on the way to rescue you. No one is on the way to save you. At the end of the day, it is up to you. When I read that, I was just like, oh, that is what trash day looks like. It has to be final. Just like the main female character, where once we put the trash outside, once we remove that situation, that relationship from our lives, we start to blame ourselves. We're just like, why did I stay in this relationship? Am I dumb? We don't discard that person that we were and say, oh, you know, that's not me. That wasn't me. I would never be that person. They must have had a hold on me. No, that was us. It was just us using the tools that we had to deal with a trash situation. But now we have better tools. And it sounds like this. I can be alone and not lonely. I can realize that this journey I'm on solo right now can be beautiful. I can be content. I'm on a journey of renewal, understanding who I have been and who I am becoming. Now that we're on the journey of becoming, next step to finding true love is self-partnering. I never heard that before either. The main female character, her name is Soledad. After she's realized that she's in a trash relationship, both with herself and with her husband. I'm not gonna give spoilers. Trust me, these are not spoilers. These are actually written on the back of the book. So trust me, no spoilers. After she's taken the trash outside, both the trash in herself and the trash around her, now she's on a journey called self-partnering, which is the next step to finding true love. And this is what self-partnering is. It's to learn that to love and be loved is a perfectly healthy desire. Unless we believe that relationship is somehow supposed to make us feel worthy or fulfilled. Correct me if I'm wrong, but once we've put the trash outside, we've gotten out of the trash relationship and we're on our I'm healing, I'm loving myself, I'm self-loving and all of that journey, we tend to fall into this trap of, oh, you can't even say out loud that you do want to be in a relationship. that you do want to be loved, and you also want to share your love that you have in yourself with other people. When you're single and you're just like, you know, I just want to be in a, like, it would be nice to be in a relationship. People are like, no, you need to love yourself. This is your single season. Take this season. And you're just like, okay, I don't know what's going on in your relationship. You might want to address that, but I can admit that, yes, I am single and I love myself, and I also want to be loved. That is perfectly healthy. My desire for a meaningful, passionate connection with someone doesn't go away while I'm dating myself. We're not seeking a relationship to make us feel worthy, to make us feel loved, to make us feel beautiful, to make us feel successful. It is nice to be taken care of. I can also do that by myself. And it is perfectly healthy to admit that both things can exist and should exist. Our happiness is not dependent on the other person. This book honestly made me rethink my solo trips and solo dates. Because before I just used to do it because, oh, I don't want to wait for anyone. I go on solo trips to different cities, solo trips to different countries, at least one solo trip to a different country every 3 months. I go on solo dates every single week. And let's be honest, there is something so bold and so beautiful about just going out and doing what you want by yourself. But self-partnering, according to this book, is those moments when you just take for yourself to just have conversations with your heart. When conversing with the heart, expect it to talk back, to revisit the pains and disappointments that left the deepest dents and scratches. It's all about finding that difference, that balance between being alone and being lonely. How do you self-partner? Next tip, have a me list. I don't even know how I've never thought about this. Honestly, I don't even have a me list. And I have been traveling by myself, doing things solo for a while, but I just do them as they come to me. But a me list is intentional, and a me list is a list of things I'm doing solely for my enjoyment, not about my job or my kids or my friends or my family, just for me. Once I read that, once I finished this book this morning, I created my own me list. And the whole goal of self-partnering and me list is this: it is time to pour into me. We've been pouring into everybody, into family, into friends, into children. It is time to pour into me. Fill up my own cup. Do the things that fuel me up, that make me excited about life. That is it. So what's gonna be on your me list? You know, just drop down in the comments. Understand that it's not an end game, it's a begin game. It's a long game. It's not an end game of a destination where you're going to get somewhere, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to feel like, yes, now I'm ready for this. It's a long game of, it's a constant work in progress. We're always going to be self-partnering, even in the relationship. And which brings us to the next tip. The journey of finding true love requires true friends. Not friends that project their relationship problems onto our relationship. Not friends that project their fears, but friends that genuinely love us. And true friendship looks like this. There aren't enough sonnets for friendship, not enough songs for the kind of love not born of blood or body, but of time and care. They're the ones we choose to laugh and cry and live with. When lovers come and go, friends are the ones who remain. We are each other's constants. Wait, men might let us down and we pull ourselves back up, hopefully with the help of other women who love us in ways that heal. True friends are friends that talking with them feels like a gasket has been twisted loose, so all the emotions and doubts I've bottled up can finally fly free. Friends that don't just support you with words, but support you in actions. Those are the friends in this book. It even had me rethinking friendship. Now, our sis Soledad, she has realized that she's in a trash relationship. She has taken the trash outside. She has gone through the finality of keeping the trash outside. She's on a self-partnering journey, having conversations with her heart, taking time for herself. With her me list, she has true friends. Now we move on to the next tip to find true love. DIY your life. My whole life is now DIY, or rather DIN. Do it myself because there is no one else who will. And doing things she has set out to do, standing on her own 2 feet and building a life she can be proud of. Now our sis Soledad on finding true love is now DIYing her own life. I'm not gonna say what she's doing, but let's just say sis is standing on her own 2 feet. Because I love when she says that loving parents or great parents often fall into the trap of thinking that sacrificing themselves and sacrificing everything about themselves is the greatest form of love to their children. But their children also need to see happy mothers and happy fathers. Not even as mothers or fathers, but happy as themselves, as happy individuals. Really read this and I was like, yes, yes, yes. This book was the affirmation and the confirmation that we all need, that yes, you can be a great parent. You can be a present parent. You can be a present parent, a present partner, a great parent, a great partner, and also a great individual to yourself. We're still self-partnering, by the way, but now there are people lurking in the corners. They're looking around, they're showing their interest, because something that is very true in this life is this: a beautiful woman cannot be left alone. People won't just leave you alone to be, apparently. They didn't leave our sis Soledad because now there is a man. First tip to knowing if this relationship is going to be true love: boundaries. We're on our journey of finding true love. The other people who will come into that journey, they have to respect our boundaries. It should sound something like this: as much as I want to get to know Soledad, right now it seems she's getting to know herself. And who am I to stand in the way of that? Respecting our boundaries, respecting our journey, and not standing in the way of it. Or maybe it sounds something like this: you don't get both. You don't get to have me and to have your trifling behavior. You don't get both. Or even something like this: I realize without honesty and respect, there isn't actually love. Also realizing that respecting boundaries is not just respecting the other person's boundaries, but also respecting our boundaries as well. It sounds like this: I don't want you to settle for anything less than what you want your life to look like right now, but I'm not willing to settle either. Taking what we can instead of what we both deserve is a disservice to what we can be when the time is right. How to find true love: have boundaries, respect each other's boundaries, respect each other's journey. See, we're almost there. We're almost to the end. The next tip: how you feel about them and how you feel around them. If it's true love, it should sound something like this: I have never felt less desperate in my life. I feel powerful. Like I no longer need to squeeze myself into smaller spaces to clear room for others. That is how we should feel about ourselves when it's true love. When we think about them, do we describe them like this: nothing could have prepared me for this person, for this astonishment of care and joy and grace, for this relief. So good. And when we're around them or when we think about them, do we have an RBF or an RJF? It has to be RJF if it's true love. Soledad is having some people around. And a tip to know if it's true love is it easy? Not saying that it's all smooth sailing, everything is great, you know, everything, there are no issues, but is it easy? And what does easy partnership look like? I'm trying to change the pronouns so that I'm not giving any spoilers, but okay. Easy partnership sounds like this: I want to be their partner. I want to be the one they lean on, and for them to be whom I lean on in return. I want us to sort the tangled fibers of our lives, to knock down the barriers to being together. I want them to be whole. That is easy partnership. Easy partnerships sound like this: someone who has seen the whole of your journey, watched you grow, understands your fears, your reservations, your boundaries, and accepts them all. One of the true loves in this book is actually Miss Kennedy Ryan's husband. I was like, does he have a brother? That is true love. But is it? You just have to use the tips first. You know, as we are dating, what's the reason? What's the why? Is it rooted in revenge for the trash we took outside? Or is it rooted in love for ourselves? Can't be true love until we found a true love that sounds like this: a love that seems bold, that feels brave, a person that loves herself fiercely enough that if no one else ever saw her, ever loved her fully, she would love herself enough to have some left over for everyone else. A woman who knows and loves herself well enough to rely on no one, choosing to risk her heart with more than one, choosing to make room for love in all its varied forms. To accept myself, to create a foundation, a model for how I want to be loved by everyone else, to be the love of my own life. And that is when we know it is true love, is when we love ourselves like that. Because it can't be true love until we are the love of our own lives. And then everyone else is just love being shared. And then we can actually embrace true love in all its varied forms. Tell me this is not a 5 out of 5 book. It's a romance book, but it's literally telling you you cannot have true love in relationships until you are the true love of your own life. Then you can embrace true loves in every other part of life. And this has been the book study of the day. And those are the tips on finding true love according to Miss Kennedy Ryan. And that's my book rant of the day. And the book recommendation of the day or whatever. I don't know what this is, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.